Hey, what's up, you guys? It's me, Odur KDO Review, back again with another video. And we got our second trailer for Apostrophe Green Lanterns. Now, I know there's been a little bit of controversy with this series due to the fact that, okay, we're expecting a Green Lantern show, and once they put out the first teaser, was like, where's the green in this Green Lantern show? And funny enough, I hate the fact that HBO did the balls to do this, where they said, oh, where's the green in Green Lanterns? But it's like, there's a green plate right there. Biggest middle finger I've seen them do to the fans. But then again, I'm like, yeah, I can't lie. That is one of the most ballsiest moves, and I'm kind of glad they actually acknowledged that. It's something I've been wondering around the DCU lately because I feel like there's not a lot of hype for Supergirl. I am sort of expecting a little bit of hype once the week comes to it, but I feel like okay, besides that and Clayface you have coming up and the Batman 2 finally now in production, which you're actually getting some set photos, and Man of Tomorrow displaying some interesting film footage where I'm like, oh, you know what? We actually have Lex Luthor in the LexCorp outfit. Good. You actually have an updated Superman outfit. Nice. Hearing that John Stewart is actually going to be in Man of Tomorrow, you know what? I'm actually having hope for Man of Tomorrow. But then again, I want to see what's going to lead into Man of Tomorrow to the fact that, okay, John Stewart and Hal Jordan are a team, but also, in a way, passing the torch to John Stewart in this case, because I feel like, okay, this is going to be him training Hal Jordan. I wouldn't say Hal Jordan, but actually Hal Jordan actually training John Stewart in a case where I don't even know who's who in this case, because I feel like, yeah, in the sense of the first teaser, it showed that, oh, he's actually passing the torch, but it seems like they didn't meet until that very point where I feel like okay, the Green Lanterns have been on Earth, but then again, they haven't been on Earth because there are some implications within the story that kind of confuse me. Like the fact that they actually acknowledge that there aren't any other Green Lanterns on Earth, but I'm like, Guy Gardner is out there in Superman, so how does that explain something? And hearing some behind the scenes rumors that the Guardians actually didn't want a Green Lantern on Earth, but I'm like, that's kind of contradicting a little bit of the things of the show, and also what is hard about actually introducing the Green Lanterns in a way where it's like, okay, because that Ryan Reynolds movie where a lot of people didn't like, and I can say it's been years since I've seen the movie, but I remember not liking it. It's not that hard to actually do the Green Lanterns, where in case where I'm like, they're space cops. They actually have somebody come into Earth, passing on the torch, actually being the protector of Sector 2114. But then again, I'm like, it's not that hard. You could actually do this like lethal weapon, but in space and on Earth. But I'm like, I want to see space. I don't want to see the Green Lanterns on Earth just yet. Maybe for the intro, but then again, I'm like, the fun thing about them is that they're space cops. And if we're actually going to be dealing with extraterrestrial threats, I want to see Sinestro. I want to see possibly Atrocitus. I want to see other lanterns, but I'm like, we're going to get what we can get in this DCU. But I feel like hopefully this trailer could actually convince me because there are some elements I'm like, I'm hopeful, but then again, some stuff I've seen and some leaks where I'm like, that better not be the costume for the whole show because if you're gonna be saying these are Green Lanterns, I might as well just call them Yellow Lanterns because that's just ridiculous. Well, in that case, let's get to the trailer.
This ring, it's the greatest weapon in the universe.
Okay, actually
Maybe you
using
can use
powers.
it. That's the whole ball game, Junior.
Did you just use that ring to counterfeit money?
No,
All right, not a bad
Tell me
idea.
how you got it. The ring.
you know how I got it. I sure as hell didn't interview for it.
Oh, well, shit, maybe you should have. Power like that, shouldn't you have to work for it?
I've been doing this since you were a baby. And the only way you're gonna get this ring is over my dead fucking body.
Huh?
I think he likes me.
No green hue.
Everybody is lying to us.
We're not leaving here till we find out what they're hiding. Danger's part of the job. You need to be fearless.
How are you chosen for this?
It's only one question. Are you afraid?
Oh, he's actually wearing green. I just saw the bottom of his jacket.
You afraid?
Are you afraid?
Guy Gardner.
Are you afraid? Are you afraid? Are you afraid?
Was raised fearless, and I'll do this better than he's ever done it before.
Then go and get it, John Stewart.
It wasn't a simple act to follow, but at least this trailer understood the assignment of adding green in a show called Green apostrophe Lanterns. I say apostrophe because I feel like, yeah, if you're gonna just call this Lanterns, anybody would say, oh, this is a DC show, so okay, I'm gonna assume Lanterns meaning Green Lanterns, but just adding the word apostrophe green onto this, where I'm like, yeah, that seems better. And a decent attempt of actually showing the bits and pieces of the show where I'm like, okay, is this just mainly going to be taking place on Earth? Or are we not going to get the backstory to this whole thing and just assume, oh, we're jumping deep into the lore? Where I'm like, okay, everybody knows the Green Lanterns, everybody understands everything about the Guardians, the rings, the colors, and we're just going to introduce John Stewart into this whole story. But I feel like they're not going to do that in this case. Like, you see scenes where it's like, oh, you see, I want to say young Hal Jordan in this case, but you see Kyle Chandler actually interviewing where I was like, oh, how did you get this ring, or where did you get this power? And he's like, oh, there's not a lot of people who can do it like me, where you have to earn this power. Where I'm like, okay, earning it is different, except that they actually chose him and they actually needed a descendant from Earth to actually be a part of the Green Lantern Corps, which I feel like, okay, that is kind of different the way they're doing it in here. Like, you would think Abin Sur crashed on his ship on Earth, and then it was like, the ring chooses you, and all you have to do is say the oath. And I'm like, okay, that's standard Green Lantern origin story for Hal Jordan. But I'm like, okay, if that's not the way things went, and Hal Jordan actually had to earn it, the ring, I feel like that's going to be something different that the show has to explain. And also, seeing as though I feel like we have seen a little bit of Green Lantern, I wouldn't say action in this case, where I feel like there's some moments if they here where I'm like, okay, so he's in space, so we're gonna get some of the space elements in this, but I feel like half of the show might be on Earth, half of it might be in space. But I'm like, if you could have just shown space and make it so, oh, this show isn't as grounded as it's appearing to be, because I feel like the whole point of a Green Lantern show is to actually explore the DC universe, mostly the cosmic side, because I feel like, yeah, we're gonna see a little bit of that in Supergirl, and I know for Superman we're not gonna get anything until later movies down, because I feel like everything's just gonna be Earth, Metropolis, and some government bases. But I don't feel like until we get a Brainiac style action scene, it's not gonna be in space. And space is something I feel like the DC universe hasn't explored yet, because I feel like Marvel, they already have the Guardians of the Galaxy exploring their cosmic side. And yeah, we had a little bit of sense of Fantastic Four where they actually went to space to stop Galactus. But the DC universe, in a sense, we haven't seen anything cosmic space besides Green Lantern. And I feel like, yeah, it would have been cool to see that in other projects, but I feel like they haven't had the guts to do it just yet. Hopefully they can release another trailer by Comic-Con, but I feel like the way they've been releasing these two teasers, they're mostly teasers, not explaining a little bit too much, but at least showing pieces of, okay, the first one was to show the vibe. And a lot of people didn't like that vibe. They said, oh, this is just lanterns or a Western show or a Yellowstone wannabe with Green Lanterns at the helmet. But I'm like, okay, hopefully they can release a second trailer, because I feel like that might explain a little bit of this. And this teaser did the thing and actually explored the Green Lanterns in pieces. I want to see at least an origin, at least something explaining, okay, these are the rings, these are the Green Lanterns, this is why we're here on Earth, and at least, I wouldn't say settle a little bit of the debates, because I feel like, yeah, this whole DCU, we have to actually go into these movies like we know the characters, and this is the little bits and pieces that they changed. Because I feel like that's something I feel like is going to be a bit of a problem down the line, because I feel like unless you're a Batman or a Superman, and possibly a Wonder Woman in this case, not everybody's going to be into it like that. Because I feel like if it's not the main trio, every other character is going to be in a little bit of explanation, and some of them need their origin stories. Because I feel like, even though I didn't like the Flash as much, I feel like the movie did have a sense of, oh, we know the character of the Flash to the CW and all that stuff, but I feel like if you haven't seen the origin story, they at least did a way where it's like, oh, we kind of did see the origin story in there, just in a way where it's like, oh, for newcomers who don't know this character, this is what it's like, and this is how he became the Flash. In this case, where I'm like, okay, with Green Lantern, you actually have to show the origin story and at least show why he actually earned the ring. But I feel like with the John Stewart elements, I feel like that's going to be easier to understand, because it's like you need Hal Jordan to actually introduce this concept. But John Stewart actually being the trainee, that makes a little bit more sense for his character. Hopefully, we get to see more by San Diego Comic-Con, and hopefully Supergirl does well, because I feel like they put out this teaser, I feel like, early, in the sense of, oh, Supergirl's coming, but we want you to focus on the next thing rather than just wait for that to come out, then put out the trailer. Like last year when they did put out the trailer for Peacemaker Season 2 right after Superman. Hopefully this series can deliver. Alright guys, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. All my social media is down in the description below, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye, guys.